Hey, how you doing? Mark Levitt here for another exciting episode of What I'm Thinking, episode 21. So how's it going? It's going! You like those guys? You ask a simple question, how's it going? And they go, it's going! Aren't those guys the best? Anyway, so I am your host this week for this no-holds-barred look at pop culture, current events, and featuring a very grumbly sock puppet named Merfis. So you have all that to look forward to, and much, much more. So anyway, I'm watching TV the other night as I'm apt, and I come across the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So it's a real classic, of course. I'm talking, of course, about the 60s version, not that debacle, that new debacle with Johnny Depp. I'm talking about the old classic version with Gene Wilder. So anyway, it's a charming movie, as you all know. Really nice, family film. But at the end of the flick, Willy Wonka inexplicably gives the keys to his whole factory to that 11-year-old kid, Charlie. Impulsively, he does that. He says, you were honest about the everlasting gobstopper, and for that reason, the kingdom is yours. You have rule over my whole factory. This kid has never been in charge of anything. He's never been in charge of a lemonade stand. But this guy is giving him full control of one of the largest candy manufacturers in the world. It's a little bit, impulsive there, right? Can you imagine, this kid's first day on the job? He's like a, new kid on the block. He's coming into the office and he's having this introductory get-to-know-you powwow with the Oompa Loompas, right? So he walks in the room and he goes, hey guys, I'm Charlie Bucket, your new CEO, and I just want to say, starting out, you guys are great. I like what you're doing here, doing a great job, but those white overalls, what can we do about that? I was thinking, how do you guys feel about open front cardigans as a stylistic choice? Thoughts? I'm also watching TV and I see the Real Network. Have you ever seen the Real Network? It has all these behind-the-scenes shows, like classic behind-the-scenes shows, like The Facts of Life or Back to the Future, or even behind-the-scenes Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, where we learned that Lady Elaine Fairchild has a crippling cocaine addiction. I just made that up, but stuff like that. They tell you behind-the-scenes things that you didn't really know. So anyway, I'm watching the one they had about the Brady Bunch the other night. All right, so they're talking about the Brady Bunch and the father, Robert Reed. That guy was one sick pup. He was insane. He was all up in the grill constantly with the show's producers. I don't like the aesthetics of the show. I don't like the aesthetics. He had all these pretensions. He was like, I don't know, some kind of Shakespearean actor. He had all these pretensions. Anyway, on the last show, right, Robert Reed actually refused to appear on the show because he felt that the theme of the show was too silly. It related to Greg Brady. He's having his high school graduation, and he tries this hair tonic. I believe it was given him by his brother, and unfortunately his hair turned orange right before graduation. Robert Reed, of course, felt that was silly, that was below the standards of the show, that was preposterous, or whatever he felt. But I'm thinking to myself, the whole show was silly, wasn't it? Potato sack races, what else they have? Pie eating contests. That didn't constitute high art here. What? Like, do you ever got Laurence Olivier to sub in for Sam the Butcher to portray him? Or they ever had, Henry James ghostwrite the dialogue for Peter? Never happened, right? This show was always silly. A football up to the nose? Yeah, that's there's a profound literary problem for you. Football to the nose. That's really profound there. And this shit was always silly and juvenile. That's what the show was about. But this guy was insane. And after all Robert Reed's bitching about the integrity of the show and the aesthetic standards of the show, he goes and stars on the Brady Bunch Entertainment Hour. That fiasco. He dresses up in drag on that show. That show was produced by Sid and Marty Krofft. So, This guy has what they call very flexible aesthetic standards, apparently. He just, it just changes. I mean, this dude's artistic conscience was fucked, basically. Anyway, I was watching TV the other night. I guess all my things are related to TV this week, but I'm watching TV and I'm saying to myself, is Ken Jeong on every goddamn show? I mean, is he the only talented Asian actor in the world? Apparently so, because they're casting this man in every goddamn show. Let's get Ken Jeong. Ken Jeong. Yeah, he's like basically the TV world shot their whole disparity wad with Ken Jeong. I mean, he's it. If they need any Asian to play anything, it's Ken Jeong. He's like today's answer to that guy, that Japanese actor they would cast in all those Godzilla films. Same thing. Anyway, he's on every show, like I said. He's on that show, The Masked Singer, right? And that new show they have, it's called Can You Hear My Voice? You like that name? Can You Hear My Voice? Anyway, it's basically contestants go on the show. They have to guess whether or not a person can really sing based upon how well they lip sync. How's that for a concept? It's like having a show based upon whether you can spot a real mechanic based upon how somebody looks under the hood. It doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. Or how if or not, whether or not someone's really in the porn industry based upon how well they apply lube. It doesn't really make a hell of a lot of sense, right? Kind of a lame concept, you would think. I don't know how long the show will last, but Ken Jeong, as I said, is the obligatory host. Now, last week, you may remember, me and Merfis were kind of involved in kind of a bitter arbitration, both at loggerheads, really angry at each other, about who would gain the rights to the show, to What I'm Thinking. And for some reason, though, this week there was a complete turnaround. Apparently, Merfis has completely lightened up and is in a far better mood in general. So what I'd like to do now is bring Merfis on the show and have him explain why there was this turnaround. So I'll bring him on. Hey, Merfis, where are you, guy? Where are you, boy? Here I am, Mark. How you doing? Hey, Merfis. Good to see you. Now, Merfis, I was wondering, and I want to tell the audience, why the sudden turnaround? Why the change? I'm in love, Mark. Really in love? Wow. With who? Maybe I should bring her out. Okay, let's bring her out. Hello? Hello? Wait a minute, Merfis. You're in love with a Hillary Clinton puppet? Is that correct? Yes, Mark, I am. But this is huge, Merfis. This is huge. We're just two people in love, Mark. I know, but this is crazy. This is absurd. Ridiculous. But Merfis, have you ever thought about the political implications of this? And so close to the election? It's not like we discuss each other's stances on abortion rights or court packing, Mark. Well, I know, but it just doesn't seem like it makes any sense, you and the Hillary Clinton puppet. It doesn't add up. Merfis is the best lover I've ever had, Mark. I'm sure he is. But so are you gonna divorce Bill or anything? We've come to an understanding, Mark. Really, an understanding. I guess you're having your cake and eating it too, I guess, right? Well, anyway, I guess in honor of you guys getting together, I guess what I'd like to do now is play a little song for you. So, Hillary, would you sit over here? Good job. See if you're still in frame. If we put you over here. I don't know where to put you. Where are you going, Hillary? Right here, Mark. Okay. Let's put you all here. And I think I'll play a little song for you. Let me just get here. Would you hurry it up? Sorry. Okay, now. Yeah, I have this here, this beautiful harmonica. I'd like to play you all an expression of love on the harmonica. That was beautiful, beautiful.
Mark, if you don't mind, I'd like to play a selection.
I don't really know how that will work. All right. Okay, Merfis. I'll step out of frame so you can have the stage to yourself, okay?
Sure thing, Mark.
Oh, we're doing a duet, are we, Mark? Yep, we are. Well, I just wanted to leave that there for you, Merfis. I'm real happy for your love. You and Hillary Clinton puppets love. Anyway, guys, thanks y'all for watching, and I hope to see y'all again next time. So until then, bye-bye. Bye.